Money out in these streets. I'm about to go and get it, yeah. When I was sleeping on the floor, I had my bag, my second, my digit scale. Doubled up, that's double. And now I'm back, I got more clientele. Yeah. Talk that talk, they talk that talk, they talk that talk, they talk that talk.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Shaking My Head Tay from Streets 945. Yeah, the real ones in the streets. And I got my boy Letter M with me today.
Yeah,
Letter M to be exact. You know what's going on. No. But hey, man, let me know what you got going on. Let me know how you are. And, you know, let the people know a little bit about yourself, man.
Hey, man. It's the Eastside General, Letter M, all the way from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Out here representing, putting on, you know, for my city, putting that on the map. I'm working on 2 albums right now. So I got a debut album on the way called Disturbing the Peace, and then I got another debut project that's gonna follow up with that one, executive produced by Track Team. It's a collective of 2 producers, Sherwin and Sam, shout out to bros. And that's what I got on the way, music videos, merch, all that.
Hey man, sound like you out here really working, my dog. Yeah. Shout out to you and shout out to the Track Team too, man.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Now you being from the Stone Mountain, now I'm from the East Side, you from the East Side.
For sure.
But growing up in Stone Mountain, being from Stone Mountain, what does that mean to you?
Honestly, I feel like it holds a lot of weight that other areas in the city don't hold, like because of the fact that it is kind of like a small city compared to everywhere else.
Yeah.
But we have some of the best rappers, some of the best athletes, some of the best, you name it, to come from, you know, that area, and people don't really want to put, you know, respect on that. So I'm the one that's trying to be the voice for that and put respect on that and bring, you know, all the eyes and the audience and the market to where I'm from, and just put a perspective on that, because everything don't gotta be about the streets, and everything don't gotta be about, you know, risking your life and being a crash dummy, and everything don't gotta be about trying to be the best trapper out. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so
we were just talking about crash dummies too,
yeah.
So I respect everything that you're saying
For sure.
and what you got going on, man. So being from Stone Mountain also too, you got you know, on your album is the East Side General,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So you got an interlude on there called Rock Bridge Road.
Yeah.
Explain to the people, I haven't been to Rock Bridge Road 100 times,
Yeah.
but explain to the people what it's like being on Rock Bridge or being from Rock Bridge Road.
Shit, being on Rock Bridge, you're gonna see ass, you're gonna see titties, you're gonna see some wings, you're gonna see a bunch of street racing, you're gonna see niggas getting locked up, pulled over. It's, you know, it's almost like what you would see everywhere else, but just on a lower scale. Like, it ain't happening all the time, but it do happen. So I feel like it's just part of the culture.
All right, one thing I can say about Rock Bridge, bro, they locked and loaded, for sure.
Loaded.
For sure.
Loaded.
Now, you call yourself the East Side Journal.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, how did you get that name? Was it given, was it earned, or did you just give it to yourself?
Self-proclaimed.
No, okay, yeah.
And I stand on that wholeheartedly, because at the end of the day, from my friend group, my immediate friend group, and then just anybody that's coming up in the same scene that I've been on, everyone kind of look up to me in some type of way, like a leader.
Yeah.
So from there, I'm just like, I'm a general. Then I'm from the East Side, so from there, coined the name.
Yeah, definitely. Do you make people salute you when they see you?
Yep. Every time, and it's funny because I didn't even like plan for it to be like that, but I just noticed that as I started to go out more and people started to see me, we'd all kind of just do this, like, just real quick. So that just been the thing.
No, I think that comes from you just being yourself, bro. Like, you ain't really trying to go outside your margins or who you are.
Ever.
And people really respect that, and they gotta salute you, just like I just did just now.
You did what I'm saying?
The East Side General, you feel me?
Sure.
What defining moment in your life made you take your music career so seriously and take it, you know, to the next level?
So the defining moment actually was the exact moment that made me really even start doing music. And it was a conversation I had with my late granddad, past 2010. He had a conversation with me. I think I was like 12 at the time. Yeah. Maybe 13, something like that. And I was sitting on the edge of his bed, and we was just watching Monday Night Raw, regular shit, goddamn, laughing at that shit. And then he just stopped it, like paused it, turned the TV down, and was just like, you ever thought about, you know, getting into entertainment? He was like, I know you dance, because dancing is like my first love out of anything. Like, Chris Brown, you did what I'm saying?
The East Side dancing was a big thing.
You did what I'm saying? That's all you seen, you know what I'm saying? At the skating rinks, anything like that. So with him knowing that that's my background, he was like, I feel like you could take this a little further than just dance. And he was like, you know, you look up to Michael Jackson. That's a performer. That's an entertainer. He does music and he dances. I feel like you can do the same thing. So look into it. And from there, I kind of just took heed to that conversation. I think by age 15, I started playing around with it. I had did this remix to Ham by Kanye West. Put it on YouTube. It got like 1,000 views in 1 week off of everyone that went to my school. Yeah. Off of just being at Stevenson. Yep. So it took one person. I'm gonna shout her out again, April, Cozy Ape on Instagram.
Hey, shout out April right quick. Shout out to April, man.
She basically sparked the journey after my granddad. Like, really made me take it you know, head first because she was like, I really like this. I really feel like you should take it serious and keep going.
Yeah.
And from there, all it took was one person. I hit the ground running.
Hey man, shout out to Granddad. Rest in peace to your granddad for sure. And shout out to April too once again, man. But also too, man, a lot of people don't know that you were signed to 300.
Yes.
Now I want to know, a lot of people ain't never been signed before and probably won't never ever get the opportunity to be signed, bro. So don't take that lightly now.
For sure.
But how was that for you and how did that happen?
Honestly, it was a great thing. It was a real big stepping stone in my career because at the end of the day, like you said, it's rare. So it wasn't even, and to be honest, it wasn't like an actual like signing. It was more so a distribution deal. So with that being said, I just got a budget, you know, and they just pushed the product. So to have that backing behind me to get bigger exposure and have a bigger audience, that was the good part about it. And the traveling, and they put me on a little HBCU tour, you know, so it was a lot of things came from it. But I also worked my own moves within that. They got me my own network of resources. You know what I'm saying? So even with me not being with them no more, I still had the same network that I gained while working with them. I still got the same fans, still got the blue check, still got the, you know, so
still got everything.
Everything's still going. So no motion really stopped from it. But I'm not ungrateful about it. I'm still grateful that I was in that situation because it definitely put me higher than I once was.
Now, it's like I told you, it's a lot of people who never gonna be signed ever, like ever, bro. Give me some pros and cons of having a label deal.
So the pros, I would say, is, you know, getting an advance, being able to travel on the label's expense,
free money, that's what it sounds like.
Being able to, you know, just get in rooms that you couldn't get in prior to, like that. Just because you're not signed, we don't even want to know who you is, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Now on the other end, that's just a few I could give on the pros, but on the other end, depending on what your deal is like, you might have to pay a lot of that money back that you got from the events. You might have to pay a lot of the traveling expenses and getting around that you got on the label expenses.
I hope y'all artists listen to this. Go ahead, my boy, go ahead.
The drugs, the distractions, they definitely, I haven't indulged in any other than, you know, weed, but the drugs, they definitely gonna throw at you. The women, they gonna throw at you to distract you from what your main goal and your main focus should be. Like that's not just a Hollywood thing, that's a real thing. Like soon as you start popping, they start throwing all that in front of you and then expect you to still go produce what they need done. So it's almost like they set you up to be in debt to them.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I could say as far as like some pros and cons. It's very cutthroat. It's something that you want to make sure you're very knowledgeable about before you go diving into that, before you sign anything. Because a lot of people just sign it once they see some money and don't know what they just signed. So
they see 20,000, they ready to sign.
And they think you're good. And that ain't the case. So it's like I said, it's a balance, it's a duality, I would say. Like,
man, that's dope. Like, I understand that. I'm glad you said that because, like I told, a lot of artists will never be in your position, bro. And you gotta let some of these people know like how it feel to be you. And it's gonna be people who did it before you and after you. But if you can help somebody out, man, I'm glad that you're trying to help people out and explain what's going on. But also too, man, I wanted to say, now you had a distribution deal now with 300. What made you stop the distribution deal, or what happened with that situation?
So I don't really want to go too far into it because I don't want too many parties to feel like, you know,
like you're doing a bad or something.
But honestly, what happened was my management went behind my back and tried to push for something that I told him to hold off on until we had leverage. So with you going behind my back, they didn't appreciate having to go back and forth with my management about something we already had a conversation about legally under contract. So with that being said, they wanted to part ways, but they didn't want to hold me down or hold me back. So when we parted ways, they gave me rights back to all my music. They
didn't slime you out though.
And it wasn't like I had to pay anything back, you know, nothing like that. They basically, it was almost like just a handshake, walk off. Like
Bro, you one of the lucky ones, bro.
I'm very lucky. Like
you very lucky, bro. Well, we could say blessed.
Blessed. There it is, because a lot of people don't get that type of situation. But the difference is, it wasn't that the label didn't believe in me or that the label didn't want to work with me no more. It was the management I had behind me at the time. So people, and that's another thing I could say about being signed that I didn't think about. Please pay attention to the people that you have around you. Make sure they have the same intentions as you, because at the end of the day, sometimes people have their own ulterior motives that can literally ruin all of your opportunity.
Hey man, that boy speaking facts. Y'all better listen to what he's saying now. All right, now, the letter M, now you was signed, you explained everything. Now, if you could do everything over again, get signed all over again, what would you do different from the last time you got signed?
to be honest, I would sign again.
Yeah.
Like, but what I would do differently about signing, I would ask for way more out of the advance because I know my worth and I know what I would do with it.
Yeah.
Because having an advance, it's a budget to do all the shit that you really couldn't do before. A lot of people get the advance and they think, oh, I gotta go buy jewelry, I gotta go buy a car, no. This is where you're supposed to use this money to elevate what you have, so you do have that type of money coming in to go get all of those things. It's a process, but people want to skip the process, you know what I'm saying? So I would have definitely asked for way more money on the advance and handled that money a lot differently because I trusted in other people to help me spend it the right way with a video or with merch or a show, and everyone was trying to do their own thing versus what I felt was the right thing. So from there, I'll take the role of being more hands-on.
Yeah, got you.
And honestly, I would have more management that is intentional for me.
Got you.
Not
more personal for you, basically.
Yeah, but people that knows that the role is to be for him at the end of the day. Like, you're working for me. You're not the artist.
Got you.
A lot of times that clash happens where the manager starts to feel like they're the artist or they think they know best as far as what the artist should do. And sometimes you might be right, but at the end of the day, you work for that artist, so the artist has the final say so. You gotta trust their vision, you gotta trust their dream.
It's just like working in a corporate office. The CEO say what's going on, that's what everybody has to do.
You can feel how you feel as an employee, but the CEO got the last say.
Now, this is another question I want to ask you. This is a little bit off script now. You signed the deal too, right?
Yeah.
What did you do with your money? Did you do anything niggerish with it? Did you?
I would say like the first increment that I got, I definitely did some nigga shit. I went.
Explain to the people. We want to know what kind of nigga shit you
did. Some
did.
nigga shit. I went and bought like a crazy amount of weed. I went and bought some jewelry, and then I invested in a car. So I did some smart thing, but I did some dumb shit. But I was still very frugal with it because I knew I had to use it for my budgeting for music videos. So with me having the advance I had and me still doing the nigga shit, I still kept enough in the bag to put out the videos that y'all currently see on my YouTube.
That don't sound too bad, bro. I say that's like the 3 rap checklist.
You know what I'm saying? I had to be a real rapper. I had to make it all real. I had to be a real rapper.
You know? It don't sound too bad. I heard worse stories than that, my guy.
Hey, man.
Hey, but okay, since you've been signed, now you're not signed.
Nope.
What are the pros and cons of being independent that's been challenging you?
Honestly, the only con is not having that same budget or that same access to the funds that I had.
Yeah.
Everything else I feel like is just what it was before I got signed, where I was doing everything myself, coming up with all the ideas myself, writing all my songs, and I still got the fans, so I'm still just running, just like basically pushing through. I'm still making plays, like.
Yeah, you basically doing everything you had when you had the deal.
Ain't nothing really changed. Like,
hey man, that's dope. Cause a lot of people, you know, they get the deal, man. You never
hear them again.
You never hear them again. Like they got shelf.
That's why I feel like I'm blessed because I got a lot of people that have genuine love for me and a lot of people that believe in what I got going. So even when it did seem like stuff was slowing down, I was still behind the scenes working on things because people wanted to help me get to the same space they knew I was gonna get with the label, but the way shit transpired, they was like, nah, this can't be the end of your story. So I got a lot of people pulling for me. That's the real truth.
So on the back end of, you know, of not having a deal, would you say your people are more better around you now than when you signed the deal?
Honestly, nobody that I keep around me changed when I wasn't signed, when I got signed. So I kept those same people around me that didn't change before I got signed, when I got signed. They still around me now, even with me not being signed no more, and they still treat me the same. So that's why I say watch who you have around you, because a lot of times you'll start to see all the weird shit because, oh, money coming in. You start to see a lot of people thinking, oh, I can bring this person around, or I can ask you for this amount of money, or I could do, you know, all because they see that you're somewhat going up, you know what I'm saying? Versus it being like, man, I'm just happy for this nigga. I had a lot of people that just genuinely was happy for me, didn't want nothing from me.
Now, this is a little bit off script too. What's some weird shit that you seen since you've been signed?
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
I definitely want to ask you that shit, bro.
The weirdest shit I done seen since I've been signed is someone I don't know from a can of paint asking me, can they get on a single that I just released as a remix.
And this dude has no following, no nothing. Right?
He got maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500.
And that's not money, right?
That's not money. You wasn't like you was about to say, hey, I'll pay you to get on your shit. Nothing like that. You just out of nowhere, like, hey, I like this song so much. Let me get on it. Huh?
Yeah, I know that pissed you off.
I don't know you.
Yeah, I know that pissed you off so bad. Bro.
I didn't know people was moving like that.
People move like that when you sign, bro. That people coming for you. You know how it is, like you told me. You said the women, the drugs, people coming out the blue. I can imagine. How many cousins you had come out of nowhere?
Boy, I had a bunch of cousins, friends, all that. Like, that just swear we been bros for the longest. I'm like, nigga, you ain't been at this show. You ain't went and bought this piece of merch. I ain't seen you stream this. I ain't seen you post this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the person that's gonna call everybody out. I just, handle everything how it should be handled.
Now, you real player. I see how you moving out here, my boy.
You get what I'm saying?
Now, the letter M, man, I want to know how you got that name and what does it stand for?
So, I got the name in a very, very simple way. I was sitting here thinking, what can I coin my name to be when I needed a stage name? Because I wanted it to stand out. I wanted it to be captivating. I wanted it to be, intriguing.
It's definitely different, my boy.
So, with that being said, I started thinking of people like Travis Porter. When you first heard of them, you was like, okay, is that a person? Just one person? But then you found out it was a group. Then I think of like P&D, Party Next Door. When you heard Party Next Door, you're like, is that a person? Or is that a group? Found out it was a person.
Gotcha.
So it's the fact that you ain't really know what it was.
It's captivating.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So to me, I was just like, I need something mysterious. And I'm like, shit, my real name Malik. And I don't want to throw people off with some, MK or some shit that's just basic. So I was just like, letter M. And from there, it just sparked everything. Like, put a whole image and aesthetic behind it and all of that, to the point where it's like, it truly fit me, because it just makes you think, okay, what the fuck is that? What does that mean? Why did they call him that? What does he even talk about? You know what I'm saying? So people had all these questions off of just that alone. So that's how
like I told you, it's very intriguing. But what does the M and letter M stand for?
Hey man, I feel like it stands for whatever I make it stand for. Like mogul, millions.
Hey, that was a dope answer.
You did what I'm saying? Like, I feel like whatever embodies me, that's what the M in it stands for.
Man, that's what's up. Now, the letter M, tell me about your latest project and what you got coming up next, man.
So, currently what I got out, Eastside General, on all streaming platforms. After that project, y'all keep streaming that though. I need y'all streams I can get on Eastside General. Worked hard on that shit for three and a half years, no cap.
No cap.
But the upcoming project, the debut album, Disturbing the Peace, is on the motherfucking way. It's definitely inspired by Ludacris. It was the first, Word of Mouth was the first rap album I ever purchased, explicit rap album I ever purchased. So, had to pay homage to that. My cover art is paying homage to the Word of Mouth cover, but Disturbing the Peace is the title. I got 13 songs on there. Got production from Honorable C Note, Super Mario, features from Duke Deuce, Deontay Hitchcock. It's really going digital. You know what I'm saying?
It sound like the letter M stand for moving.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Motion Man M. I got a couple coin nicknames. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I got a lot of crack on the way for sure.
Now we're gonna circle back before we get up out of here, man. You said you did a lot of things with the budget. You did videos and stuff like that. Out of all the videos you do, the producer said you got great videos on deck.
Hey man.
Hey, which one of those videos is one of your favorites or fan favorites?
So I'm gonna have to answer that too.
Yeah, give me two answers. Give me two.
So what I personally feel like is the fan favorite video is Heaven. It's a single I put out called Heaven, produced by Yak Beats and Def Beats, part of Winter Circle Productions. And that video I had a very great budget for, but I feel like everyone liked it just because it showcased, the player side of me and just the way I like to act and things like that. Cause I really can act too on the side, but it got to show a lot of different parts of me in just a cool, I guess, extraterrestrial way, because no one ever seen a club scene like that look like that, especially with me having this type of budget or me being in that type of video. So it really played on my fans to where it was like, wow, he really doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would call the fan favorite. My personal favorite, I would say, is the video I got called Statement. And it's kind of like my own little horror flick. Like, I'm giving you a perspective of like this big, mass murderer in the video, but the lyrics is me murdering the game. Cause I'm basically a no holds bar for bar, line for line for like 2 straight minutes going nuts, blacking
like
out.
Double entendre or something like that?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I say my favorite, because that's the one that actually got me signed. That's the one that really changed my life. Once that hit the net, everything went in shambles. Like, I had all these label execs hitting my phone, different labels hitting my phone, artists that I never would think even knew who I was hitting my DM. Everybody just like, yo, this is hard as fuck. Like, where the fuck have you been? Where the fuck did you come from? You know what I'm saying? So I would say that's my favorite statement for sure.
I want you to, you know, tell the people like what you got going on for us, like merch. Where can they get some?
For sure.
And what's your Instagram so the people can know?
For sure. So I do have merch. The merch is coming soon. I definitely have been sold out for a minute because I've been re-rocking a lot of designs and trying to figure out if I want to use the same design that I put out that sold out first. So I think I'm gonna do like a mix of maybe the original design with the new one.
All I need is a hoodie, man. I need a hoodie.
Nah, I got you. What size?
I need an extra
what size?
large.
Extra large.
Extra large, my
I
boy.
can get that to you for sure. and I'm gonna get you my favorite one that I made. It's one that say Eastside General, but it got the same like logo as Outkast. So I can get you.
I need it.
You know what I'm saying?
I need it,
For
bro.
sure. And then I'm gonna make different ones for all the different sides because I know everybody from a different side. So I feel like that'd be smart. So I'm gonna have a West Side General, I'm gonna have a South Side General, and I'm gonna have a North Side General.
You tapping into the whole city.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got coming. And you can find me on everything, literally everything at I am the letter M. I am the letter M. But spell it out though. Don't be stupid. Don't be slow. Spell that motherfucker out like a band.
Hey, man, you heard my boy. I am the letter M. Make sure y'all follow him and check him out on all platforms, man. This concludes another episode of The Real Ones in the Streets. The letter M, man. Appreciate you,
man,
my guy.
appreciate y'all.
Love, man.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Keep going and keep doing your thing, all right?
Sure.
Appreciate
Got my
you, bro.
word. For shit, sure.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
And we out here, man. We love y'all. Deuces. Yeah.